The Sentinel of the Sands. For centuries, the Great Sphinx of Giza has stood as a silent sentinel in the heart of the Egyptian desert. Carved from a single ridge of limestone, featuring the body of a lion and the head of a human, it is one of the largest, oldest, and most recognizable monuments in human history. Millions of tourists flock to Giza every year to gaze upon its weathered face, marveling at the sheer engineering power of the ancient world. But what if its greatest secret isn't what's visible on the outside? What if the true history of our world lies directly beneath its massive stone paws? For generations, mainstream archaeology has maintained a very specific narrative. They tell us that the Sphinx was built around 2500 BC, during the reign of the pharaoh Khafra. According to this traditional view, it is nothing more than a religious monument, a grand symbol meant to guard the nearby pyramids. But hidden deep within historical texts, local legends, and modern scientific satellite scans is a chilling alternative theory, one that mainstream science refuses to openly discuss. It is the theory of a legendary network of subterranean tunnels, hidden chambers, and a lost library containing the ultimate secrets of human origin. Today, we go far beneath the desert sand. We will uncover the forbidden anomalies detected by modern technology, dive deep into the mysterious prophecies of the Hall of Records, and examine the startling evidence that suggests the Egyptian government is actively hiding the truth from the rest of the world. The physical evidence and sealed doors. To understand the magnitude of this mystery, we must first look at the physical evidence. The Sphinx is not just a solid, monolithic piece of rock. If you look closely at the monument today, there are visible entry points, entrances that have been deliberately sealed shut with heavy stone and concrete. One well-known opening sits right on the back of the Sphinx, near its tail. Another rectangular opening exists on the top of its head, and yet another hidden entry point is located right behind its ear. For decades, mainstream Egyptologists dismissed these openings. They claimed they were merely natural fissures in the limestone, or perhaps unfinished tunnels created by ancient tomb raiders looking for gold. But independent researchers knew there was more to the story. In 1987, a team of highly respected scientists from Waseda University in Japan, led by Professor Sakuji Yoshimura, decided to investigate. They didn't rely on old myths. They brought advanced ground-penetrating radar, known as GPR, to scan the Giza plateau. They wanted to see what lay beneath the limestone floor. What they discovered shocked the scientific community. Beneath the left paw of the Sphinx, the radar detected a massive, hollow rectangular cavity. The data showed that this space was too perfectly geometric to be a natural cave, formed by water erosion. It looked like a man-made artificial room. Furthermore, the radar detected a tunnel-like anomaly, connecting this chamber to the deeper structures beneath the pyramids. Shortly after the Japanese team published their findings, in 1993, American geophysicist Dr. Thomas Dobecki and independent researcher John Anthony West conducted another seismic survey. Their results perfectly confirmed the Japanese data. There was indeed a large, subterranean room beneath the paws, measuring roughly 9 meters by 12 meters, buried deep under the ancient stone. The scientific data was clear and undeniable. Something artificial is down there. But before any major excavation could begin, something strange happened. The permits were abruptly revoked, and all exploration was ordered to a halt. The prophecy of the Hall of Records. If a hidden room truly exists beneath the paws of the Sphinx, what could possibly be hidden inside it? To answer this question, we have to look at one of the most fascinating and controversial prophecies of the 20th century. Enter Edgar Cayce, widely known as America's sleeping prophet. In the 1930s and 1940s, Cayce would go into self-induced, deep hypnotic trances. From these trances, he claimed to tap into a universal cosmic database of history. During one of his most famous readings, Casey spoke at length about Egypt. He predicted that a secret, undiscovered chamber would eventually be found beneath the Sphinx's right paw. He called this chamber the Hall of Records. According to Casey, this hall wasn't built by the ancient Egyptians we know today. Instead, it was constructed by the survivors of Atlantis, the legendary, highly advanced civilization that reportedly sank into the Atlantic Ocean during a global cataclysm. Casey claimed that before Atlantis completely destroyed itself, a group of its citizens traveled to Egypt. They buried their most sacred knowledge, their history, and their advanced technology inside this secret vault beneath the Sphinx, waiting for a future generation to find it. He stated that the records contain the true history of mankind, dating back millions of years before the dawn of modern mainstream history. Mainstream historians and archeologists laughed at Casey's predictions. They called him a fraud and dismissed the Hall of Records as pure science fiction. But remember this crucial fact. Edgar Casey made these specific predictions in the 1930s. This was decades before modern ground-penetrating radar even existed. How could a man in a trance predict the exact location of a subterranean cavity 40 years before scientists actually proved that a hollow chamber exists exactly where he said it would be? Is it a mere coincidence? Or did Casey tap into a truth that modern science is desperately trying to ignore? Nighttime excavations and the cover-up. As rumors of the radar scans and the chamber's discovery began to spread through the alternative history community, the area around the Giza plateau became a hotbed of intense controversy. Strange stories began to leak out of Egypt regarding secret, nighttime operations. Local Egyptian workers and whistleblowers began to report unusual activity around the Sphinx under the cover of darkness. They claimed to see heavy drilling machinery and industrial equipment being moved toward the monument after the tourist gates were closed for the night. Military helicopters were spotted flying over Giza at unusual hours, and the entire area was placed under extreme security. Some whistleblowers went even further, claiming that a small group of high-level elite archaeologists had actually managed to bore a small hole into the chamber beneath the paws. They allegedly inserted fiber optic cameras and discovered ancient metal scrolls, crystalline structures, and artifacts that defied modern scientific explanation. According to these rumors, these artifacts were secretly removed from Egypt before the entrance was sealed back up with heavy concrete to hide the evidence. Dr. Zahi Hawass, the incredibly famous and powerful former Minister of State for Antiquities Affairs in Egypt, has repeatedly and aggressively denied all of these claims. In every interview, he insists that there are absolutely no secret chambers, no tunnels, and no Atlantis records beneath the Sphinx. He claims that any voids or cavities detected by radar are simply natural fissures or empty spaces created by underground water streams thousands of years ago. Yet, independent researchers and archaeologists point out a major contradiction in this official narrative. If there is absolutely nothing down there, why is the area around the Sphinx one of the most heavily guarded, militarized, and restricted zones on the planet? Why are independent scientists and international universities completely banned from bringing modern scanning equipment near the monument? The official government answer is conservation. They claim they are protecting the fragile limestone from damage. But to many, it looks like a massive, coordinated cover-up. The ultimate question. Think about the massive implications of this mystery. Why would anyone want to hide the Hall of Records? The answer is simple, yet terrifying. If the Hall of Records is real, and if it contains undeniable proof of a highly advanced, prehistoric civilization, it would mean that everything we have been taught about human history is completely wrong. Our school textbooks tell us a very neat story. that humans slowly evolved from primitive cavemen, gradually learning to use stones, then copper, then iron, until we finally built cities. But the artifacts beneath the Sphinx could shatter that timeline. It would prove that thousands of years before the rise of our current civilization, another advanced world existed, and then vanished. It would mean that we are a species with amnesia, living on the ruins of a forgotten, golden past that we no longer understand. Perhaps this truth is considered too dangerous for the public to handle. The revelation that humanity's history is completely different from what is taught could shatter our global religious institutions, destabilize political systems, and ruin the credibility of mainstream science. The elite forces of the world may believe that keeping humanity blind to its true origins is the only way to maintain control. For now, the Great Sphinx remains completely silent, staring out toward the eastern horizon, keeping its secrets buried deep within the Egyptian earth. But technology is advancing rapidly. The sand continues to shift, and whistleblowers continue to speak out. The truth cannot remain buried forever. One day, the stones will speak, and the world will have no choice but to listen. What do you think is truly buried beneath the paws of the Sphinx? Is it just empty limestone bedrock? Or is it the lost, forbidden history of our world? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the hidden mysteries of our past, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for more historical secrets, and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode.